So once this item is converted into a block item, I'm going to select that block, right click, I'm going to convert this into go into block editor to make this block into a dynamic block. Okay, so I'm going into block editor. So once I'm in the block editor, I'll be able to see that attributes again. Okay, so I'm able to see that attributes again. That's okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one thing is that I'm gonna add a parameter from here. So you see I get this palette from here. I'll get parameters palette basically. Okay, now whether I'm not really sure that in the student version is this palette is available or not. Okay, so if you're using a student version, you might not get these palette, but try it. If it get it, maybe this palette is named as auto writing palette basically. Okay, it's right over here on the top of the list, auto writing palette basically. Okay, so that's the palette name. So in that palette you will find parameters. Okay, in parameters I'm gonna add a parameter that is called linear parameter. Linear parameter. Gonna take linear parameter from this end to this end. So it adds a distance parameter from this start point to the end point of the block. Okay, it says distance 1 over here. Okay, so we have added the parameter. Okay, now we're going to go into actions. I'm going to apply an action called as stretch action. Stretch as an action. So I'm going to take this stretch action command. Okay, and I'm going to select the parameter first because it tells me to select the parameter first. So I'm going to select the parameter. That's the parameter that's we're going to select it. And then I'm going to select a point from which point I want to stretch it. So I want to stretch from supposedly this end point. So I'm going to select this end point right over here because I want to stretch that object from that particularly end point. So I'm going to click it over there. Okay. So the first corner point here. Oh, once again I'm going to do that. Action stretch. So first we need to select the parameter. I'm going to select a point from where I want to stretch it. This is the point, and then now it asks me the first corner point. So I'm going to select this is the region that I want to stretch it that way. Okay, so only that much region would be stretched in factly, and then I'm going to crossly select once again these blocks items. Okay, and I'm going to press enter to confirm the selection. Done, and I can click on close button, close block editor, save the changes. And now if I select this block, you can see I get this arrow point on the side, which means now I can actually stretch the block. Okay, so anytime if I want to, this is right now 4 feet, if I want to make this 5 feet, I can type it on 5 feet please, so it becomes 5 feet in length. Okay, so I'm going to do that again right over here in this block. Okay, so this is for the windows have been done. Okay, I'm going to do one for the ventilator, so I'm going to assume that this is my ventilator thing, so I'm going to make this lines as dash lines. I'm going to assume that this is my ventilator. Okay, right, so I'm going to convert this first into block, so I'm going to call this as ventilator window plan view, 9 inches. Okay, take a pick point, pick this point, gonna select the object and the attributes all together, press enter to confirm that selection, gonna click on OK. I'm going to leave this information as it is only. Okay, so this becomes the block. Okay, once the block has been ready, we're going to right click on that block and we're going to go into block editor. Okay. Okay, so once you come in the block editor, you'll get a screen that looks like a little bit gray screen in the background. Okay, and you'll be able to see all your attributes once again. Okay, noted.
Yes.
Okay. Once you are there in your block editor, we're gonna go into the parameters first. Means this from the authorizing palette missing. We're gonna take parameter. Okay, and we're gonna take linear parameter. Okay, so make sure you take the linear parameter. This one. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the linear parameter. We're gonna apply the linear parameter to the start point of the block to the end point of the block. That way. So I've applied it the parameter to the entire block, okay, from the start to the end. After applying the parameter, we're going to come into actions. Okay, so we're going to come into the action tab. Okay, so once you're in the block editor, you apply the parameter called the linear parameter. You apply it from the start point to the end point. Then we're going to go into the action parameter. Okay, now in the action parameter, we're going to select stretch as an action. Okay, so we're going to take stretch as an action. Stretch. Now when I select stretch, it tells you to first select your parameter. So which means I'm going to select this blue, distance line in factly. So I need to select this first, the parameter. This is my parameter in factly. So I'm going to select the parameter first. Once you select the parameter, it tells you to specify a point, it means parameter point from where you want to stretch your block. So supposingly I want to stretch the block from this particularly point, so I'm going to select that end point. Okay, or maybe you want to stretch it from this end point, you can select that end point. So from wherever, which point do you want to stretch it, you just have to select it basically. Okay, so I'm going to select this as my end point. From this is the point where I want to stretch it. Okay, so I'm going to give it right over here. Okay, after I give the endpoint, now it's telling me to select the first corner of the stretch frame basically there. So I'm going to create a cross frame over here, means this much frame, इतना frame बनाऊंगा मैं, मुझे इतना ही stretch करना था, तो जितना stretch करना था उतना frame बना लेंगे basically there. Okay, so this is how it should look basically there. A frame should be come up basically there. A blue frame should come up. Okay, once this frame is there, now we're going to cross select the object. Okay, so we're going to take the green selection as a cross select लेंगे. Okay, और इतने region को मैं select करेंगे basically उधर. Okay, so this includes the corner endpoints of the lines and some part of the that rectangle also, that dash rectangle also. Okay, so this much cross selected. Okay, and I'm going to press enter to confirm the selections and everything. Enter, done. You can see stretch modify applied हो गया रहेगा यहाँ पे, ऐसा लिखा हुआ आ रहा होगा stretched करके. Okay, if this sign appears, that means the parameter has been applied, the action is also applied, everything is applied. Now I can click on close the block editor, close the block editor, and then I click on save the changes to the ventilator window. Save it, and then when I select this ventilator window, I get this arrow point, and which means if I want to stretch it down to 3 feet, I can make it 3 feet. If I want to stretch it back to 4 feet, I can stretch it back to 4 feet. If I want to say 3 feet 6 inches, I can say 3 feet 6 inches, and it's going to make that dimensions for me. Okay, so I have 2 windows ready, one window is ready and one ventilator is almost ready. Okay, 2 of the blocks are ready with me. Okay, so I can now apply all these windows wherever the windows are basically there. First of all, I'll save this block, so I'm going to right block it, W enter, block. I'm going to save the window block first into that specific folder locations. I can delete this file, W enter, block, ventilator block 9 inches thicker, save this one as well, delete it from here. Okay. Now I want to insert window over here. So first of all, I'm going to take the window layer, insert, I enter, go in the browser option, search for that window. Here it is, open. Okay, so it's loading. Take it from here also, window, here it is ready, window 9 inches thicker plans. There we go, now we get it, we can now place it, perfect, 4 feet it, fill the informations for the cost of the window. So let's say that's going to cost me 12,500 rupees. Manufacturer, we're going to take it as Saint Gobain, one of the leaders in making windows. Material, it's like PVC material, and PVC with glass of 8 mm. Glass, we're going to use it on what level it's been applied. It's on the ground floor, so take ground floor as a name. Function, that's my sliding window, so I'm going to write it sliding window. Size is like 4 feet by 4 feet. That's going to be my size. And this is window, so I'm going to say W, and then I'm going to click on OK. There we go, I got that window placed. Okay, now I can copy this window and paste it wherever there were windows. Okay, in my entire projects. Okay, I can copy it. Rotate it, move in, cool. Right, now there was a chance there was window 1 over here, so window 1 we're going to take it as 3 feet by 4 feet. So window 1 we are taking as 3 feet by 4 feet in height. So I'm gonna make a window line over here for me. So I'm going to take it right over here, where it breaks down. Hello? Hello? Yes, sir? No, not yet. I'm just taking an online class. Yeah, it will. Sorry? Lakshmi? कौन लक्ष्मी? ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम। मेरे को तू 10 मिनट्स के बाद निकलना, मैं तेरे को कॉल करता हूँ जब मैं पैक करूँगा। सॉरी वेदा इज देयर ऑन। ओके, हेलो, या so over here 3 feet, so we'll give 3 feet as the distance here to here. Knock it off. Okay, got that 3 feet distance one. I'm going to take the window 1 layer, going to insert the same window. Okay, going to put it right over here. Okay, going to fill the information for the window 1. Now since window 1 is 3 feet in 3 by 4 feet, so I'm gonna reduce the cost. Maybe this is gonna cost me 8,500 rupees to build it. Same manufacturer as there, Saint Gobain. Material, we're gonna use PVC material with glass of 8 mm thicker. Level, it's on the ground floor. Now remember, whenever you are filling this attribution information, keep it in all in capitals. Okay, don't fill it in smaller letters. Okay, because if you fill in capitals, it's going to come in your scheduling also, it will come in a capitals only basically. So I don't want in smaller casings in scheduling. So make sure you fill all the data is in capitals only. Okay, function, this is also a sliding window maybe, or maybe I can say this would be casement window. Casement window size would be 3 feeted by 4 feeted, and this tag would be called as window 1, so w1. I'm going to click on OK. Now you guys know what does casement window is. Casement window,
No, sir.
no? Veda, what about you? You know casement window?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll show you what a casement windows looks like. Casement window is this. These are called casement windows. That is swinging and opening. Okay, so like you have two casement window, you have single casement windows also. These are all casement windows. Okay, which is having a swing parameter. Okay, sliding means it will slide. Okay, so since the window is like small, I'm going to assume that there is a single casement over here. Okay, not double also. Now this is going to be 3 feeted, so I'm going to stretch this. I'm going to keep it up to 3 feeted over here. Okay, I'm going to mirror this on the outside, the tag. Okay, that way. All right.
So,
Yes.
So the tag is not in the middle.
Yes, I know that. It's fine. We just wanted to highlight that this window is W1. It doesn't matter that it should be in the middle of the, the room or the
Okay.
size basically.
Okay.
Okay. It is just that right now it's written W1. So when I'm reading my scheduling, I can go and check in the table that okay, that W1 stands for window 1 and what are the functionality of that. Okay. Yeah, Veda, you had a question, something.
yes, so I checked the thing. I don't have that
Yeah,
attribute.
because student versions, yeah, student version doesn't get these full features of AutoCAD. So you might have to, get a featured version of AutoCAD at least.
Okay, so I can't use my own arrows. Like I have to get this version.
Yes, you have to get this version, in factly, to get it into a dynamic block at least. Otherwise क्या करना पड़ेगा, तुम्हें अलग अलग साइज के विंडोज बना के रखने पड़ेंगे.
Yeah, I'll do that.
चलेगा. अगर डायनामिक नहीं करना है तो तुम्हें अलग अलग विंडो साइजेस बना के रखने पड़ेंगे बेसिकली होते हैं.
Okay.
कि 1 of 3 feet by 4 feet का, एक 4 by 4 का, एक 5 by 4 का, ऐसा बना के रखना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
ओके, सिंस मैंने अलग नहीं बनाया, मैंने 3 by 4 का मैंने अलग से कोई ब्लॉक बनाया ही नहीं बेसिकली. वही 4 by 4 का ही मैंने इधर 3 by 4 के अंदर यूज़ कर दिया बेसिकली उधर.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was having the option, the functionality of what do you call, dynamic block basically there, because I am using the 2021 version and that to a paid version in factly. Okay.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, and if you're also using a crack version, you will get it basically there. Okay, only
So what
thing,
is a crack version?
crack version is something like a pirated version, so
Oh, okay.
you get that as well. I'm not sure that you get it for MacBook or not, because I don't think so MacBook support any crack versions is basically.
Yeah. So the thing is that is it okay if I like don't get the thing now? Like if I
No.
just make the different size of
Yeah,
windows?
do that only. No, do that only.
Yeah.
We don't want to pressurize on the software right now.
The thing is because like it's already getting over, So
Yeah, I
then
know.
that's why.
I know that MacBook, to install anything on a MacBook is a very trouble. In fact, any
Yeah,
software.
and then like the whole license and the changes.
Exactly, exactly. So I don't want it to pressurize. So make it separately. Basically, we have learned it also, so like we can apply that. Okay. So this is
Okay.
just because it's is a part of your syllabus. That's why I'm explaining you.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. Okay. So since you don't have it, so you need to go a little longer route. पकड़ना पड़ेगा basically उधर.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Kev, you can try this method since you're using I think the crack version of AutoCAD, so you can use it.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to try the dynamic block. Okay, but Veda, make sure
Okay.
you make the note of this dynamic block also. So sometimes if you
Yes,
get
sir.
any chance, if somebody has a Windows PC, and
Then I could work
yeah,
on
you
it.
can work on it that way as well. Okay, maybe if you're
Yes, sir.
working somewhere in place at that time, you can use this shortcut method to create the blocks.
Yes, sir, I use that. So I just had one more question. So now when
हाँ
I make the windows,
हाँ
I have to make it in a block and keep it like different size के
different size,
blocks.
yes, different sizes के
Okay.
blocks बनाने पड़ेंगे. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna create three sizes of windows. I'm gonna give you. One is 4 feet का, okay,
Yes, sir.
4 feet in length and 9 inches in
Okay.
9 inches thicker total.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
one 4 feet का, one 5 feet and 9 inches thicker.
Okay.
Okay, one more 4 feet का length का and 4.5 inches thicker.
Okay.
Okay, uh, then again one 5 feet and 4.5 inches thicker basically.
Okay, so and the settings for the attributes will
Would be
be
the
the same
same,
for the rest.
same.
Okay,
Attribute
fine.
settings would be the same. And
Okay.
also create one more window of 6 feet in length and 9 inches in thicker basically.
So okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to write it down for you on your chat box. So like one we need of 4
4
by
feet and 9
9.
inches.
Okay, one we
Yeah.
needed of 3 by 9.
Okay.
One we need by 6 by 9.
Yes.
And
And
one
5.
5 by 9 basically. Okay, then we need 4 by 4.5, 3 by 4.5,
Yes.
and 5 by 4.5, and
Okay,
6
sir.
by 4.5 basically.
Okay, sir.
Okay, these many sizes of windows you can keep it. Okay, like totally
Yes, sir.
there are almost like 1 to 2 5 6 7 8 windows you need to keep it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and we will create two ventilators, one of 3 by um, 3 by 9 का window. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and 3 by 4.5 basically there.
Okay.
Okay, this would be all my ventilating windows, where the glass thickness would be of 2 inches and the frame thickness would be also 2 inches.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you see I have this framing thickness that's like 2 inches thicker.
Yeah.
Okay, and even I have this glass or this panel that I'm showing over here, that's 2 inches thicker basically.
So this 2 inches will be in all of the ones?
Yeah, all of the ones basically.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you're gonna add all the windows in your ground floor and even in your first floor plans.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
and the ventilators also. Okay, I'm not added ventilators, but you can add it up one.
Yes.
Okay, so like
Okay.
1 2 3 3 ventilators windows are there, so we're gonna add 3 ventilator windows basically here. So very
Okay.
quickly I'm gonna show you one. So like I'm gonna add right over here one. It's gonna be of 3 feet ka rahega, so I'm gonna give like 18 inches on this side, 18 inches on this side. Get off these walls. Gonna take the ventilator layer. I already have created that window, ventilator window. Here it is. Keep it right over here. Oh, I forgot to fill the information. Okay, मैंने escape कर दिया. So nothing to worry. You can go right click in properties and then you can fill the attribute from here also. The cost for making the ventilator window would be 5,600. Manufacturer would be the same company, Saint Gobain. Material we're gonna use aluminium. Frame and glass. Level, this is on the ground floor. So ground floor. Function, this would be a ventilating window. Ventilators. Size would be like I'm gonna get 3 feet by height. I'm gonna keep it of nearly around 4 feet. Not even 4, also 3 by 3. And the tag I'm gonna give it as V. And I'm gonna simply rotate this block. Okay, so that's how we're gonna make it up. All the
Okay, sir.
windows and ventilators basically there. Okay. Now, why we are doing these kind of features basically there? So just in case like the clients, ask me how many windows are there, what size are there, what level are there, and what are the material are made of, we can easily extract the data and give to him basically. Okay. For scheduling purposes, we are making all these windows in attribute formats. Okay, so that we don't have to count it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are 4 window, 1 window type 1, and all that stuff basically. We'll use the automation method basically. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So this is it. We'll keep it till here. So I see you on Monday now. Okay, with the door features basically. Then. Okay, so on Monday we're
Okay,
gonna do
sir.
the same thing but with the doors now.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
most welcome. Okay.
Bye,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll upload this lecture on the classroom also. Okay, I've already
Yes.
Okay.
uploaded the earlier one of creating the attributed blocks. Video has been
Okay.
uploaded on the classroom. Stream पर ही
Yes,
मैंने
sir.
upload किया था and I think so it's on the classwork also. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
kindly keep the download of that as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kev.
Bye.
Bye bye.